Hi, I'm Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. I don't buy single issues. I get trade paperbacks. I get omnibuses. I love them. I love talking about them. And I got another question from you guys. Cole says, great video. I'm curious. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Cole. I'm curious. What is an omnibus that doesn't exist that you would want the most? Oh, God, there are several of those. Cole, this is one of these questions I could take all night. I could do a live video that would last 4 hours just going through things that I wish they would turn into omnibuses. But I'm not. I'm just going to go off the top of my head. And off the top of my head, I start with, I'd love to see a Legion of Superheroes Bronze Age omnibus. Oh my God, it would be fantastic. The Legion of Superheroes is my favorite all-time comic book, but we don't have any oversized. We don't have any oversized Legion. I would love to see the books from my youth, like the 1970s Legion, turned into an omnibus. It would be great. The stories from the 70s with art by Mike Grell. Oh man, that would be fantastic. To see this in oversized, that would make me ecstatic. I've got one oversized Legion book. This is from the Bronze Age. Imagine if this was in an omnibus. I would love it. I would recommend it to everybody that followed me. A Legion of Superheroes Bronze Age omnibus would be fantastic. Another book that would be fantastic, this is just off the top of my head, would be if Marvel Comics did a Civil War omnibus. This is a hardcover deluxe edition they did years ago. Because it's so big, they're probably afraid of doing it. It would have your main story of Civil War, the Amazing Spider-Man X-Men Universe Civil War, Fantastic Four Civil War, the Illuminati, Iron Man. Oh, come on. A Civil War omnibus would be fantastic. It would be a 1,500-page behemoth. A Marvel Comics Civil War omnibus. I mean, I'm just thinking, it would be great. I would love to see Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider run. Ben Percy's run on Ghost Rider was fantastic. It starts with Johnny Blaze living life with his wife and children, and he's an auto mechanic working for his father-in-law. And then while he's got this life, he realizes there's something odd about it. It's not what's meant to be. I don't want to give spoilers away, but that's how this story starts. And it goes from him being a normal guy living in a suburb. Eventually, he's back to being Ghost Rider. It's a fantastic story with great tosses and turns and curves and twists. Talia War Rider is in it. She is a fantastic character. This should be oversized and enjoyed by all. It guest stars Wolverine. Ghost Rider and Wolverine in the same book. I can think of people just buying it just for that. I would love to see Ghost Rider by Benjamin Percy turned into an omnibus. Another off the top of my head book that would make a fantastic omnibus would be Damian Wayne Robin and the Lazarus Tournament. Here's what the Lazarus Tournament's about. It's a tournament where people fight to the death. It is an insane book. It guest stars Batman, of course. It guest stars Connor Hawke. It's got Deathstroke's children in it. It really is a great story. It's a great story, and it leads right into the Robin books. There's 3 Robin books, by the way. Here's volume 2 and volume 3. But the 3 Robin books lead into Batman Shadow War. And this whole story put together would be fantastic. Shadow War comes right out of the Lazarus Tournament, and it is the assassination. It is the assassination of Ra's al Ghul, and it stars Batman, Damian Wayne as Robin, and Deathstroke. It really is a great story. I would love to see it oversized and available on an omnibus. I'd like to see a Green Lantern omnibus featuring Kyle Rayner. We've never had an omnibus featuring Kyle Rayner. He was in the Green Lantern omnibuses by Jeff Johns in small portions, but I'd love to see something featuring his run. Kyle Rayner is very cool. The way he becomes Green Lantern is so weird. It's because Hal Jordan Green Lantern goes crazy and he kills everybody. The ring flies off of Jordan's fingers and ends up in the hands of a guy who's a comic book artist named Kyle Rayner. Meanwhile, there's bad guys looking for Hal Jordan. They end up killing Kyle Rayner's girlfriend. It's a dramatic and traumatic story. His origin of becoming Green Lantern is really a great story. I would love to see a Kyle Rayner omnibus. I told you before, the Legion of Superheroes is my favorite all-time comic book. I love the Legion of Superheroes. I would love to see the books that they call the Baxter series. The first arc, the Legion of Superheroes fighting the Legion of Supervillains. This was right before DC turned into Crisis on Infinite Earths. Superboy, who was part of the Legion of Superheroes, realized he wasn't the Superboy that turns into Superman. And I'm telling you, it's great stories. The Paul Levitz Legion run that they call the Baxter series, because I believe the type of paper, something with the book had to do with something called Baxter. So they call it the Baxter series. But I would love to see that turned into an omnibus. Matt Fraction and Salvador LaRocca, they did a fantastic run on Iron Man. We did get a deluxe edition hardcover of it, but I would love to see an entire omnibus with this run because I think it's fantastic. Salvador LaRocca's art is so good. The Matt Fraction run on Iron Man has to do with the Dark Reign era of Marvel Comics, which took place after Secret Invasion. It's when Norman Osborn becomes put in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Norman Osborn creates his own group of baddies, and he wants to find out everybody's secret identities, and he wants to get his hands on the Iron Man powers. So Tony Stark has to go on the run. He downloads his brain into external hard drives. As he's downloading his brain, he becomes dumb, and the reason he does that is because he doesn't want Norman Osborn getting his hands on the technology. I would love to see the Matt Fraction and Salvador LaRocca run turned into omnibus. I think it would be huge for Marvel Comics. This is something I could do a live show and talk about for 4 hours. Off the top of my head, those are my picks. Matt Fraction's Iron Man, Legion of Superheroes Bronze Age, Ghost Rider by Benjamin Percy, the Kyle Rayner omnibus of Green Lantern, the Legion of Superheroes Paul Levitz Baxter series run, Batman Shadow War preceded by the Damian Wayne Lazarus tournament. Those are the omnibuses that I pick off the top of my head. Cole, I thank you for this awesome question. I'm so glad when you guys ask questions. I think they make the best videos. You guys have a great day or great night, depends on when you're watching this. But I thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next video.